Finally, guess who made it?
Oh, Mama, I made it. Phone etiquette. It's very, very important. So, especially young people, when you're called, oh yeah. No, man. I started as an animator.
What's up, guys? Aseni, karibuni, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shiro. Guys, hey, this is that day, that day that the Lord has made, so we rejoice and be glad in it. I tell people, just breathing in and out is a reason enough to thank God.
True.
Guys, welcome. I am so happy and glad to see you today. Hey. You know, I'll tell you one thing. Most of especially those who've come late, there are people who are telling me to at least speak in a language they can understand. Quite a lot of people like what we are doing, but when we get into a dialect, they're not able to understand what we are saying. So on this one today, we are going to really try and speak a lot of English. And if we slide and get into Swahili, we'll try so much at least and come back, okay? So guys, karibuni. Today is just another day that we have another guest who will say, hey, finally, guess who made it?
Oh, Mama, I made it.
Mama, I made it.
I made the cut.
Yeah, guys, just sit down there and let's hear what this guy has to tell us.
I, Samuel, take you, Bridget 10. Amen. I still remember how you looked at me, baby.
Oh, oh wow, guys, this is our guest today. Our guest today is so many things to so many different people. 1, he's a career man. 2, he's a family man. 3, this guy loves sports. He loves sports so much. And he has a special heart for his guitar. Man, he loves his guitar so much. He loves his culture. Now, this guy is also an MC. This is one you would like to grace your events and moderate them. Let's hear from him. I know him as Sammy Wordz.
Oh, yes.
Karibu.
Asante.
Welcome to this Shiro Adome.
Thank you very, very, very much.
Yes.
It's actually an honor to be here.
Awesome.
I've been waiting for the call. Finally.
Finally, we are here.
Yes.
Sammy Wordz, tell us, what is your full names?
My full names are Samuel Wordz.
Samuel Mpogwa wa Mungai.
Yes, I hail from the land of mushrooms, Kanakiaguno. That's where I come from. It's a small village called Voto in Kikuyu. That's where I grew up. That's where I went to school, both primary and I went to Thogoto Primary. And high school I went to Kikuyu Day. And yeah, so I've been around the entire neighborhood. So.
Wow.
Yes.
If you are from Gikoyo.
Yeah.
He's here.
I'm here.
And we can't wait to hear your story.
Oh, thank you.
And there's this one.
Yes.
Dude, let me tell you one thing. The first time I saw Sammy Wordz was in his wedding. It had the theme, the Gikoyo theme. My friend, guys, you have to see this one. I saw it and I was like, man, some pressure.
Eh?
Hey,
Eh?
man, you guys did a very good job.
Oh, thank you. That
I really hope we'll get to see at least this. And guys, if you've not watched that, you need to see. I hope we'll get a clip and place it there.
We wouldn't mind. Yes, it's actually even available on YouTube, and you can also be able to see.
Yes, I'll put a small clip, and then you people can go and watch.
Yes.
You people need to learn how to do these things. Hey.
We planned it ourselves. We set everything up from here.
From here?
Yes. So we put the theme around everything, and then we traveled home when everything was complete.
Was bomb.
Yeah,
Shiro looked very nice.
Oh my God, she's a beauty.
So beautiful. Anyway, that is
I get to wake up next to her every day.
We will go deep and deep. Let us just talk what brought us here today.
Yes, please.
So, which name do you prefer me to call you with?
Some words.
Some words.
Yes.
Some words.
You can
play this thing.
Yes, I do. I try.
Abu to Cheze Mashagera, the same song that you played there.
Oh, putting me on the box.
Yeah. Ebu to Cheze kidogo.
I'll play you a different song.
Yes. Okay. Feel free.
We are in tune. Nariko hota onyende hote kwanda kwamba kumenya kana ndina bilioni vengi na kana ngari na nyumbani siaruni uhe wendo uritaki heo tutumendu njoeni makinya weka wega naweka uru noyoreka njika na njika itire maruru njika na njika itire maruru. That is from the great Kwame Egei. Very genius, amazing songwriter.
Oh my God!
Look him up and follow him, eh?
Yeah. Guys, did you just hear that?
We try.
Talanta.
Tunajaribu.
Oh my God, that sauti. Nimesikia inaitwa Barrington. Ni Barrington. Bariton.
Yes.
My friend.
That's what I speak.
You're blessed.
Thank you very much.
Oh my God, we thank God.
We thank God. It is God.
Hey. Some words.
Yes,
tell us. When did you come to Dubai?
I came to Dubai, I think, about 13, 14 years ago, 2008. So I've been here for a very long time.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
2008.
A decade plus.
Yes, July 22nd.
July 22nd.
Landed here via Qatar Airways.
Nice.
And it was hot.
Before you even go there, what were you doing before you came to
before I came to Dubai, I was working with Kenya Scouts Association. So I used to take people out camping, plan things like peer education for kids, patrol leadership, take people for hiking. Used to do all that. So basically, and I also worked with street children in a place called the Great for Kids. I volunteered for a whole year, stayed there. Then I went back to Kenya Scouts. Then I got a hookup and I came down to Dubai.
Wow. What made you leave Kenya?
When you're young, they say the things that you will regret when you get old is the things that you never did. So I wanted to travel. I wanted to try something new, and plus I wanted to just change. I wanted to go and see things from a person who's traveled perspective. So like everyone else, I came for 2 years. 2 years I've turned to be 14.
Yeah, we always say, I'm just going there for like some few years.
Yes.
I go nitengeneze pesa Arabu, then go back home. That never happens, by the way. So you came here, and ukatafuta job, ama you came straight
straight to work. I applied for a job online. A friend of mine was working here. His name is Charles. He was working as a lifeguard, and there was a job opportunity. He asked me to apply, so I applied, and I went from back home. Yes.
Guys, did you hear
agency,
that?
No nothing.
He applied from.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
Do you guys
applied
know that you
online.
can actually apply from back home and still get a job?
And you can still get a job, especially now. A lot of companies prefer online applications rather than walk-ins.
Yeah.
So they will prefer to do, especially with technology now. So don't be scared if you're back home and you're looking for a job out here. Most people do Zoom interviews. All
Yeah.
that. So it's
By
it's
the
very
way,
easy.
you know, COVID has taken us to those
Yes.
places. By the way, even interviews have been performed.
Online.
Yeah, unlaketi to just behind and they interview you face
Yeah,
to
and it
face.
happens. Yes, that's
So
how
guys,
it works.
imagine, take the advantage of the Zoom calls that we
Yes.
have there. You know, like it can give you a job from wherever.
Don't be afraid. I tell people, don't be afraid of applying.
Yeah.
Because you never know. The other person on the other side might be somebody that is looking for someone. And you might be lucky.
You know, I'm glad that you actually went through that process
Yes.
of they called you,
Yes.
they did an interview.
They called
And
me,
I
did
think
an
this
interview.
will be the best time to tell people how to really present yourself.
Yes.
I think that is one thing that we're going to learn from Sammy Wordz, you know, like how to conduct an interview, a phone interview.
Yes.
Because I think that is something that will help someone from
And
there.
it is scary
See,
sometimes.
you just don't take a phone. Hello.
Hello.
You are like in a place in a matatu. I don't know. You're like, you know, I think this is the best time that we're going to learn that. Sindio?
Phone etiquette. It's very, very important. So, especially young people, when you're called, oh yeah. No, man. Dude, when you're called, just pick up with some etiquette. I always pick up my phone, and when I pick up my phone, I always say, Sam speaking, or this is Sammy Wordz, how can I assist you?
Perfect.
Even if it's people that I know, because it's very, very important that people understand you only get one time for first impression.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yes.
even the way you pick up your call, especially if it's a call that you don't know, and it's something that could be a make or break moment.
Oh, yeah.
When you call somebody and maybe they applied for a job and you're calling them and then they're like, what's up?
That's it. Imagine that could be your boss.
You're like,
What is this?
that's the thing.
And
Yes.
you know, that is something. I feel like we've started the story from the center, but you know, let's just flow venye iko. But you know, that is something that happens even here, because you write your number in your CV, so people could call you from wherever.
Yeah, true.
So it just calls you to be alert at any
Yes.
time.
You
Whatever
have to be.
call, it
You have
couldn't.
to be.
You just have to be very alert.
Make
Sindio?
it a habit. Yes, you have to make it a habit. Sometimes when you do it with people that you know, it becomes a habit. Because they say it takes only 15 days for you to learn, for something to become a habit. If you do
Yes.
it continuously, you only need 2 weeks. After that, there will be no effort. You just literally, every time you
Kabisa.
just pick up the phone. Sometimes I even forget, even when I see my mom, I'm like, I'm speaking. Mom is like, hey, where? Okay.
Yeah, you know, like I think if you make it a habit, that's it. It just becomes part of you.
Yes, it
Sindio?
actually becomes a part of you.
Awesome.
Yes.
So you landed in Dubai.
I landed on 22nd of July 2008 at 6 o'clock. No, it was at 7:45. I remember, because we had a 1 hour delay in Qatar.
That was in Feb, you said?
No, in July.
In July.
And it was
when the
hot.
sun is right
Yes, when it has come with its entire family.
Oh my God.
Imebeba mpaka shosho. It was hot. And I remember actually that day, the moment I got to where I was picked up and the moment I got to my accommodation where I was to stay, it was all the way in Jebel Ali. And remember then there was only one airport, which is Dubai airport.
Yeah.
So it was all the way to Jebel Ali in a place called Parco. A place that actually made me feel awesome to actually be black. I would say this because there was not a lot of us. So, but it was just amazing, and it was hot. I got in and I started nose bleeding because when now the AC and the heat. Moment I took a shower, I started nose bleeding.
Wow.
That was my first day. I will never forget.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So imagine, these are things that really happen actually, because we're not used to
used to
AC.
it, yes.
We come from very cold places, especially where you
In
come
July,
from.
especially it's July.
Yeah, so it's like coming from the fridge direct to
Yes.
the microwave.
Yes, and yeah, it was, number one, it was a cultural shock. That then is when Dubai was being built, so there was a lot of construction.
The metro was not
the metro was
not working then.
It wasn't.
It was still in
only,
construction.
it was a skeleton. Buj Al Arab. Burj Khalifa. Then it was a structure itself. It wasn't even
Yeah,
open. The
yeah.
palm was actually just new.
Oh my God,
Yes,
yes. Oh that was the time everything was starting up.
Everything was starting up. It was only Atlantis that was there, and a few other places. You could see almost the entire place. Now,
Wow.
what they've done with this place for those few years is just amazing.
It is such a turn 160
Uh-huh.
or 360
Yeah.
degree change.
Yes, it's amazing.
So, did they take you straight to where you were working? Did they tell you what you were supposed to do?
They first took me to the accommodation, then they told me to go take some photos. There's some photos that I needed to take. Then the next day I came to work. When I came to work, like there was a transport, so they just picked me up, took me to work. Then I went, and because the place I was working was understaffed, so I literally reported, and on that day I worked even before my orientation.
What work was this?
My first job, I was a kids club animator. So I was literally being paid to play
What is that? What
and to maintain my turn. I was literally being paid to play. Kids club animation means I used to do football, water polo, take kids snorkeling, take them out on a boat. It was a really, really fun job.
Had you studied anything to do with that before?
Because I used to work with Kenya Scouts, I used to work with kids
yes,
a lot.
that comes
so
in handy.
yeah, so it
True.
came in handy.
Yes.
And it's always important to always try and prepare yourself on the line that you want to take and where you're comfortable. So
Yeah.
it was easier for me to transition. So the only thing I had to learn, I had to now learn how to fully be a good swimmer. Number one, I had to qualify
And you
to
know
be a
most
lifeguard.
African men don't
yeah, and
know how
water.
to swim.
Big basins
Not
of
all,
water.
quite a number of them. I'm like, the maximum people get in the water is in the water in the basin, not beyond that.
By the way I come from, there's a few small
Yeah.
rivers, so we used to swim when
So
I was young.
at least you had the experience.
And I had the
It wasn't
experience.
anything new.
It wasn't anything new because when with Kenya Scouts at Roland Camp, anyone that is familiar with the
Yes,
place, there's a
yes.
pool there. So we used to swim there a lot. So here it was more of qualifying to be a lifeguard. So I can be able to do most of my job involved water activity. And I had to be qualified to be able to assist kids. So it was a very interesting
So
thing.
at least they put you into training.
They put me into training, yes. Before I could do all this water stuff and everything, I had to get the qualification. Had an amazing team that actually welcomed me. And actually, I think I've worked with most of them up to now.
Are you still in the same place?
Yes.
So you must have grown through the ranks.
Oh, by God's grace, yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
May I ask, what have you done to really get there?
Consistency, hard work, grafting. Like, there's in hospitality, you don't have a life. So basically, your
that is
life,
true.
your life
That is
belongs
true.
to your job, especially if you're in the operation, if you're in an operational department. So I am in recreation. So in recreation, you are literally, when everyone is on holiday, that's when you're busiest. So you can never have. I think I can count the number of times I've been off on a Friday, and most of these was in January during the marathon, because I used to run the Standard Chartered Marathon.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done it, I think 6 or 7 years in a row. It was amazing. It was a good challenge. Then that's the only Fridays that I've actually been able. And actually, a couple of them, I ran in the morning, did the 41 km, and then had to come back to work later. Yes.
When everyone else is on off, that is when
That's
you're really
when
busy.
you're busy.
When
Yes.
everyone is on holidays and this, that's when you're really busy.
Yes. So even things like being able to take vacation when people like kids are on school holiday, it's not really possible, because that's when everyone,
that's when
you're
come in
needed
and-
more.
Wow.
Yes. So, but it is interesting. You learn to, you learn how to live with it, and especially if you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. And a lot of people don't understand that. Choose a career that you love, and you will never feel like you're working.
Awesome.
At times,
Wow.
my wife tells me, sometimes do you realize that your name is not on the company logo? And I'm like, I love what I do. One day, and I always tell her, you forgot to put the word yet. Not on the company logo yet.
Soon will be coming.
One day.
Awesome.
One day.
Wow, we thank God. So it really calls for discipline.
A lot.
You have to love what you're doing. Because honestly, it's not an easy thing.
It's not an easy thing.
Is it mostly indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors. I work outdoors.
Wow.
So basically, the good thing about where I work is, for example, for people who are working outdoor, it's hot, but then there is also some allowance for you working outside. So it's actually really...
So it covers at least.
It covers that. And there's water, there's everything that you need is provided for, which makes it very interesting. And because the welfare of where I work is really, staff welfare is up there. So we feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Now, I started as an animator. Then I became the kids club team leader. Then I had to go and do a course called pool plant operator. So I could be ready.
Just wait a moment.
Yes.
I know there's so many people who are going to be listening this and they're not understanding exactly what you're talking about. Guys, I think there's something new we're learning here. Something that you can actually look into. Other than being a waiter, a waitress, a security or sales. See, these are new terminologies. Let's try to understand this, Try to understand this. I think it's going to be an opening to someone.
Yeah, definitely.
Please just explain to someone there who doesn't know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
What that is, and if they would like to come and be what you're doing, what do they have to do? Tuambie vizuri.
For pool plant operator, because I wanted to transition into I was moving to be a supervisor in recreation, which is now the broad area where it's pools, lifeguards, pool attendants. So you have to make sure that the pools are clean. You have to understand how the system works. So when you're calling people to come and fix something, you're not doing it from a point of ignorance. You're doing it from a point of knowledge. So when an engineer tells you that a certain pump is not working and this is the reason,
Yeah.
So I had to do the course and then had to pass it. And once it has a high score, you have to hit at least 80 and above for you to actually qualify.
Most exams here, without 80,
without 80,
that is always the pass mark. If you fail that, you have to redo it and get at least 90 and above. In most companies, that is what happens.
There's those short courses. A lot of people assume them, they're very important because they help with career growth. Now, once I did that and I got to be the recreation supervisor, now my team grew from a mere 7 that I was supervising in the kids club up to, it grew by not even 10 times. It grew up, I had like 38 lifeguards and 20 something attendants.
Oh my God.
The gyms themselves. So
you're the one looking up
after
on all this.
Yes.
All different nationalities.
All different nationalities, from different places and from different castes, literally.
Some words. Tell us some of the challenges that you get.
Language.
Because working with language, right? I'm a child like fast language.
Language.
What is this challenge like?
It's something called blending in. So language was a challenge for me. Now I had also to have some casuals who was from an outside company helping with most of the manual jobs. So the main staff that I have are concentrating on guest service. And the biggest problem was language, because some of them have never spoken English. And you do not understand each other. So you have to actually learn some of the terminologies. Like I had some guys from India, and one of my team leaders, one of my juniors was also from India. So I got to learn a few words from him every time I would need something. So I would always use the words, and before you know it, you learn kidogo how to...
You start mixing the words, you
start mixing it, and you can be able to understand and communicate with each other. When you go and I see, I will always ask them, Tumarakam gidere.
Please repeat that quick. What?
Tumarakam gidere. So basically...
Tumarakam gidere.
Yes. So gidere is like, where are you? Where have you been? And if they are working and you see that they need rest, I'll tell them, Aramse kam karo ramro karo. Relax.
In short, try to learn these things so that people can be able to understand each other.
Yes, and you don't have to speak the entire language. Just what you need. If you can speak the entire language,
better.
good for you. But just what you need so you can be able to communicate. And you have no idea how much ice that will break, because especially if you have a new person and you tell them that, and they actually look at you and they shock, and then they're happy that you're actually addressing them in their language.
Oh my God.
Even if it's not a lot. Just the little things that you want to fast, chalo, like those small.
Wow, it just calls you to be flexible.
Yes, it calls you to be flexible, calls you to have people skills. If you don't have people skills, stay away from hospitality.
Ouch, I think that is very, very much needed.
Yes.
People skills. If you want to come here and do hospitality.
People skill.
Meskeyo.
Yes. So communication language, that was the biggest problem. But with time, it just and learning under other people's cultures. Now the good thing is I love culture, especially mine. So it intrigues me to learn about other people's culture. So I will get to know the do's and don'ts. And you need to know, because once you know what you should and you should not do with a person, because even sign language, there's things that you cannot do. If you're speaking to an Arab and you do this, give me a little time.
Just wait a moment. Guys, what he's saying is very important, because some signs, like for us, we used to poa.
Hey,
it doesn't mean the
some
same
other
to
people
everyone.
is a very different thing. You basically talk to an Arab, tell them this shwai, small, wait a little bit.
Yes.
To an Indian, it means I'm going to eat. It's
See?
kana. You know?
Yeah.
But then to an Italian, it means something really, really bad, or to a German. So basically,
and these are people who are here everywhere.
Yes, you're dealing with everyone, so you have to know how to speak to the people and to switch according to the person you're dealing with. Yes.
Wow. Guys, it's all calling for a lot of flexibility.
Yes, and professionalism.
Wow. Now, what are you doing currently in that place?
Currently, I am the pool and beach manager. So, as I told you, I started as an animator. I became the kids club team leader. Then I became the recreation supervisor. From there, I became the recreation operations manager. And an year ago, so I got another promotion. So I became the pool and beach manager. Wow. So my role has expanded. I've been doing group team buildings and all that, and lifeguards. I get to take care of the gym. I get to take care. I'm literally number 2 in the structure that we have at work.
Hey, that's a big one.
In my department, it is a huge one.
That's a lot of
it
responsibility.
Is a huge one. And it's an honor, to be honest. And the fact that the leadership in the company that I work in has seen me fit. See, when you make yourself a need, not a want, people will want you to stay. But when you're just a want,
oh my God, just 1 second.
Yes.
Repeat that again for someone to hear.
Yes. Make yourself a need, not a want. A want they can get rid of. A need, when you say you're leaving, they will give you a reason to stay.
Hey, even COVID will not lay you off.
Oh yes, even COVID will not lay you off. And respect people.
Awesome.
3 ways that I always, and I think this would be important for anyone else that wants to transition to work for anywhere. This works anywhere. 3 ways. One of my directors told me, you need to learn to do 3 things. Upward manage, learn the expectation of your manager, and know exactly what they need and how they want it delivered. Every time, make sure you exceed that expectation. Number 2, sideways management. Learn to manage the people that you are working in the same level with. Get to know when their feelings are hurt and when you do something that is out of order, and learn to always apologize. 3rd and final thing is downward management. Learn to respect the people that report to you, because if you treat these people with respect, they make you a king. And at the end of it, you have to learn how to feed the horse and not beat the horse. So that's how you respect the people that are below you.
This is a leadership class already happening here. What's say? Hey.
Yeah.
Just
I'll send you invoices.
Please, 1 second. You being now there at the top, and you're working with these other people, what do you notice in the people, or what do you look at for someone that you like to promote and all that?
Attitude.
Yes, attitude.
Me and my boss always say this. Hire for attitude, train for skill. So you can train people to do whatever you want them to do as long as they have the right attitude.
True.
And when you have the right attitude, you're disciplined, which is very, very important. Now, if you want to promote somebody or you want to employ someone, we have a conversation, and the conversation from there, you can pick up the vibe. It's very important to know how to pick people's vibe. And once you do that, you can be able to tell, this is a person who's actually going to fit in the role that I want to bring them in. And that's very, very important, right? So attitude over skill any day.
Guys, I hope you're taking these notes, because there's so many people who are asking me, oh, I want to come there, I want to come for a job. Can you hear what the managers are looking at? I hope you are.
Attitude.
I hope you are.
Yes.
Attitude it goes a very long way.
Yes.
You can actually tell someone's attitude by how they talk.
Definitely.
Their body language.
It's the first thing, yes. Body language is 75% of the communication that you're communicating with people.
There we go.
5% is just basically words. And how, we are what we say. But sometimes, in hospitality especially, we are judged not by what we say, but how we say it. We're judged not by what we do, but how we do it. So learn to exceed the expectation. Once you do that, the transition is easy.
Awesome.
And don't be afraid of working long hours. Hard work.
You have to make yourself the need.
Yes, be a need. Be that guy that can be able to do the job even without somebody following you.
Yes.
When you say in your CV, I can work under pressure with minimal supervision. Mean it. Yes.
Oh my God. Hey, this is awesome.
Let your word be your bond.
Awesome.
Yes.
There's so many young people looking at you.
Yes.
What are you going to tell someone who is look at the camera? Tell them.
What I would tell everyone is just, number one, believe in yourself. And no role is ever too small, especially when you're young. It's very important to try as many things as you can so you can find the right one. And line yourself with things that you love. When you do and you take a job that you love, it never feels like you're working. It actually is, you have a good time. And especially if you choose hospitality, be a people's person, as I said before. And learn to engage with people. Learn to respect people. And never undermine a guest based on where they come from, or even your colleague, or based on where they come from or what they do. That's not important. Whatever is important is the most important guest is the one that you're dealing with at that moment.
Yeah.
Once you do that,
good to go.
Easy run,
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sammy Wordz. We really appreciate.
Yes.
By the way, he has his own YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Guys, Yotoa Mistari. You see, if you want to learn, if you want to be coached, if you want to see something else different, you have a TikTok as well.
Yes,
you
I
do those
I do something called Wise Words.
Wise words
from wise people.
Wise words from wise people.
With Sammy Wordz.
Hey. Please make sure you look up for him. What is the name that you...
Sammy Wordz in all my socials, all of them, from TikTok to IG to FB to my YouTube channel. Sammy Wordz. SAMMYWORZ.
We are going to write it there.
Yes, subscribe.
Yes. Oh,
to
don't forget to subscribe. Guys, if you want to get some wise words from wise people, follow Sammy Wordz.
Oh yeah.
See?
Learning, eh?
Thank you so much for stopping by. Until now, we really appreciate. Thank you so much.
It's been good.
We have learned a lot.
Oh, thank you.
I know even my people there are going to enjoy what you've said, and learn something new. Cindy,
I hope somebody learns something.
Thank you so much. If you've not subscribed, do not forget to do so.
Yes.
Cindy, we want to grow, and we have to grow all of us together. So until next time, ciao.
And don't just subscribe, hit the notification button.
Aha.
That kabel. That kabel. Hit it.
For us speaking English throughout.
It's been awesome.
Please, for that, please, we are going to improve that. So subscribe. I want to see you next time. Stay tuned.
Bless you, my people. Bye bye.
All right.